Brad Blanks here. I'm on the red carpet for Sopranos' 20th anniversary. They've all turned out to discuss the magic of one of the greatest television shows ever. Is this like a school reunion?
I don't know what this is. I'm going to wake up tomorrow morning sure that I dreamed something.
Right. So you're sitting here, obviously you're talking about your great acting partner, James Gandolfini, and you have this wonderful smile on your face. Does it bring back happiness when you talk about James,
Sure.
Tony Soprano?
Absolutely. I mean, it brings out nothing but happiness. I think we're at the point now where, you can't think about the person without crying for a lot of years, and then it switches to the thinking about them and smiling. And I have such a private relationship with him and with losing him, but now I'm with all the other people that feel that way. It's very rich, very, very intense.
Take me back to your favorite moment, one of your favorite plot points for your character.
I guess when Jimmy tries to kiss me.
Right, yeah, that was an interesting moment. But
Yeah.
he'd fallen for you though, like it was,
How could he not?
No, you were hot and you were in the female power position, weren't you?
Yeah. He fell for me.
Yeah, but-
I love it.
It's one of your favorite plot points for Christopher.
His whole involvement in making movies, I think, was really fun. Any opportunity to be a fish out of water is always fun for an actor, but I think the Pine Barrens episode with Tony Sirico was particularly fun.
Do we know where that Russian is right now?
I think he was involved in rigging the election in 2016 somehow, yeah.
What about you and Tony's relationship? It was a very frosty...
Powerful. He loved it. I loved my nephew very much, but I had to criticize him. It was a generation gap.
That's right. It could have went sideways, couldn't it?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. I loved him, and then of course the storyline was competitive. But as a human being, I loved him. But as a business person, he was giving me a pain in the neck.
Johnny Sack's relationship with Tony, how would you describe that?
I've described that many times to other people. The Soviet Union and the United States.
Right.
We both know in 20 minutes it could all be over.
Right.
But then we'd lose all our money and whatever, and we'd be dead.
Yeah, that's right.
So we had to find a way to work together.
What about Johnny Sack was playing you?
Are we talking about Vinny?
Yeah, the show. Yeah, Vinny's character.
Fuck him and the people he hangs out with. Even after the show's over.
Yeah, the Brooklyn mob. When you got this script, did you know you were a part of something magical?
No, I mean, we caught David Chase at the point where he was done with TV and didn't care about breaking all the rules, So too many characters, the camera never moved, very little music, nothing seductive whatsoever, no compromise. The rebelliousness carried all the way to hiring me. I mean, how do you be more rebellious than hiring a non-actor?
Turned out to be a good actor. What did Bruce Springsteen say when he saw you on that show the first time?
He said, "Finally, we see the real you."
Sitting there drinking at the Bada Bing. What about the final scene? That famous final moment.
Never saw it.
You've never seen it?
Never saw it. I know what happened, though.
What do you think happened?
The screen went black.
You eat onion rings?
Do I eat onion rings?
That was what you ate that night at that table?
I'm a French fry guy.
Oh, right. So
Yeah.
you were eating onion rings at the table, weren't you?
Listen, if David tells you to eat onion rings, you eat fucking onion rings, pal. Whatever David tells you to eat, you're. There were times I show up at 5 a.m. on set and we'd be eating Chinese food. Yeah, and then you got lo mein and dumplings for breakfast, and then you don't say shit. You don't say nothing. You eat. You say, "Where's the soy sauce?" That's about it.
Life on the Sopranos.
Yeah, that's it.
I had to watch the show sometimes to remember how powerful Tony Soprano was, because when acting opposite him, I think Carmela always had the upper hand.
Yeah.
Like, she was never afraid of him, and all these other people were.
Right.
And I loved that somehow written into it was that fact, that she kind of was one of the few people he was intimidated by.
It was a very intimate relationship, and Jimmy had to pour his heart out many scenes, and he did it with grace and beauty, and just sometimes I found myself just staring at him like, wow.
Can you take me to that moment, the final scene? Yours is a critical moment in the final scene with you pulling up. Can you talk us through how that was feeling when you were shooting that? And
I wasn't there when they were filming, so we filmed on completely different days. So I was unaware of how it was going to be edited and presented, so it was almost like I experienced it with the audience, just the same.
Wow.
Yeah.
What about when you look back on that scene now? It's like one of the biggest YouTube clips of a TV show
That's
ever.
cool. It's perfect between the music and the tension and seeing these people you've gone on this ride with for so long in this actually nice family moment. I'd like to believe life went on. In thinking about the lyrics to the song, but however, I think it was also showcasing the reality that these people lived in. And so, whether it ended then or 10 years from then, it was very possible. And I don't know. It's just a very surreal moment tonight for all of us.
I still cry when I see it.
That's great. Good for you. It's good to cry.
I'm a crier. Yeah. Sopranos made me cry. Oh.
I hope you laughed now and then and said, what the fuck did he say? What was that? Oh, that, yeah.
On the show, did you guys cross paths at all? Never once. Not in the car park or anything?
No, just in life.
We did fool around.
Yeah, right. Wow.
I
It's very
don't
romantic.
remember we were in Goodfellas together.
Yes. Yeah, I'm still nervous if you were going to get murdered that time down that alleyway.
And you look great.
You just like me.
This is beautiful. See, they still love each other.
Yes.
Yeah.